Hello Divine Feminine, welcome to your power message for Thursday, and it's really powerful today because we're in February. Next door a building again, we've had another skip come today, so it's another sign about changes. And working on this house next door here, there's been a little bit of a break or a pause, and then things have begun again. And I feel that's a lot like the journey. There may have been a brief pause as we kind of moved out of the January energy. And then February, it's full steam ahead again. So you may be feeling a lot different today. You may be feeling refreshed. Maybe February itself has brought some power in for you. And I want to bring some power in for you today. And it's really powerful because I'm sharing now on my stories, on my YouTube stories, my calendar that, I'm connecting with too. And, yesterday we got this powerful message. I don't know if you saw this, but it just made me smile. And I knew I wanted to share it with you. If she decided to get somewhere or go someplace, she went. And that's by Langston Hughes. And I really feel this is a big message about the Divine Feminine. Whether you are a man or a woman, if you decide to go somewhere or go someplace, you go. And that's what we are being guided to do on this journey. We don't have to wait for our twin to do things, or we don't need to wait for union to go places. Do what you feel guided to do. And that's what I did before my union. I really embraced the relationship with my own self, becoming my own best friend, yes, but taking myself out places, doing things, not expecting someone else to have to be with me to do what I wanted to do. And this goes for friends too. You don't need your friends to go places with you or your family to be with you. If you want to go somewhere, go. If you want to do something, do it. The time is now. Start enjoying your life. This is where we become independent and strong. This is where we build our warrior spirit. And I know some of you have got obligations. You may have a job and priorities. You may have children. But if you want to go somewhere, say if there's a place you've always wanted to go, and you're thinking, I've been saving that for union, or, I've been saving that for this or that, maybe now's the time to go. Go while you can. Enjoy it. And if you return there at a later date with your twin, you're going to make new memories there. So the message today is go for your dreams. If you decide to go somewhere, or go someplace, do it. And this was really powerful because, I decided to go shopping. You guys know that I've got this event coming up next year, and I know it's a year away, but I'm already thinking about what am I going to wear? Keeping my eyes out, asking the universe, can the perfect dress come to me? Something I'm going to feel good in, and, I'm going to feel nice in, and bling a little bit in. And I thought I'm just going to go and have a look around and have a wander. And I was speaking about the other day, the power of this month as well, where we've got Valentine's Day. It's the month of love, the month of self-love. So make it an opportunity to get nice things. There's always nice things out there. But at Valentine's Day, if you go into places like card shops or supermarkets, they're going to have Valentine's things in there. And I thought I'm just going to go in and have a look around and see what they've got. So I decided to go somewhere, and I decided to get somewhere. I didn't ask George to go with me, or I didn't expect him to go with me. I went on my own, had a nice day out by myself. I had a lovely hot chocolate and did my own thing. And it was nice to just have some me time, which is always good to do. So maybe this is what you're thinking. Maybe you're planning the weekend already, you're thinking about having you time, or you might be thinking about Valentine's Day, or maybe today. Maybe you've got a free day or a few couple of hours. You're thinking, what can I do? So I went into the card shop and I was just having a look around. And obviously they got all the Valentine's cards and candles and little roses and chocolates and all those kind of things. But I thought, what can I get for me? And not just for me, but for you. Not for me and George or for George, for me and you. And this is what I chose. Look at this. Gorgeous. 2 little hedgehogs with a heart. And it says, love makes the world a sweeter place to be. So that's also reminding us to be kind and gentle and loving and to be compassionate all the time, because it makes life a sweeter place to be. When we operate in love, our life becomes a lot easier. So I thought I'm going to get this for the channel. And then I can prop the cards up, because you guys know I prop the cards up with the angel and the cat and the welcome sign. And I thought it's time for a little change. It's time for a little change. So I thought I'd take the cat out for a little bit and I'd bring in this beautiful, kind of energy of these powerful twins. And the fact that we're seeing doubles, you may be seeing double numbers like 1111 or 2222 or 1313. That's a big sign of mirroring in the journey. But also if you see doubles, if you see twins, or if you see animals, two animals, pairs, thank you, pairs, it's also a sign of union and coming together. And when I was on the bus, I was just travelling around and went past. Now it was very quick, so I couldn't catch it on camera. But I was on my phone, and then I just glanced up at the exact moment, and I was going past a building, and it wasn't a building where it was for a specific thing. It was just a sign on a building, and it said, "You reunite." And it said "reunite" in big letters, and then it said R with a small e, union. And I was like, wow, it said reunite, reunion. But I was really guided to the union standing out, even though the re was there in front of it, because it was standing out in my awareness. And I was like, wow. And these things jump out, like this jumped out. And I thought, this is a big sign. And I got excited. And then I was paying for this at the till. That's all I bought from there. And my awareness, again, it drew my eye to, they were selling off calendars for 2023. And I looked at 10p. These calendars were reduced to 10p. And they got Audrey Hepburn ones, Steam Train ones, and Staffordshire ones. And I just picked a few up, and I thought, they were supposed to be £2.99, so they weren't very expensive anyway. But they were 10p, 10 pence. And I was like, wow. So what would that be in American money? 10 cents maybe? And I was like, wow, I've got to get this just so I can show you the pictures and show you a bit about where I live. So I'm going to be doing a little extra video a bit later for members, and I'm going to show you all the pictures on the calendar, and I'm going to talk about it. You may be interested, you may be not. But I thought it'd be nice to share some of my background with you guys too. So I bought 5 of these. I got one for me, one for Georgie's mum, one for Frida, who's like my auntie. She's in her 80s. She's my mum's cousin, and I call her my little auntie Frida. And I bought 2 for across the road. I got for the neighbours. So I just went and gave them a can. I thought, you might not want one, we're in February, but if you want one, here it is. So that's just a little gesture. And this is the way when we're operating in love and we're bringing in that power, we feel good and we want to help and give and we're feeling loved. And my neighbours, went across as soon as I got home and gave them the calendars, and they probably thought, but it was really good as well, because obviously we haven't lived here that long and I don't really know the neighbours. I send them a Christmas card and, I send them, things at certain times of the year. But I don't know anything really about these people, apart from they seem really nice. And the guy across the road, the couple, they're elderly, and he's called George, which I just think is really cool, because I'm seeing that as a sign that me and George are going to stay together for a long time. And I went over and, the lady from across the road, she said, it's my birthday today. And she was like, wow. So I thought the universe has given her a little extra gift on her birthday. Isn't that powerful? I didn't know that, but the universe did. And I was just guided to do that, to just share a little love. So if you're guided to just share a little love, whether it's giving someone a compliment or buying someone a little gift, doesn't have to be expensive, just a gesture, or just giving a piece of advice or being kind or smiling, that's you going somewhere and going places, because it shows you're operating in your higher light and your power. So I really was guided to share this, because if you decide to get somewhere, and this is also with your goals, your dreams, the things you're manifesting, if you decide to go somewhere or get somewhere, go, because that's power. And then I was blown away by today's message, because it says passion is the log that keeps the fire of purpose blazing. And that's by Oprah. And that's really powerful, because, everything we do it with passion. And I was really tapping in yesterday with the energy of the fox. And, I shared that little community post where I created that little picture with the fox. And the fox is coming through to say, do what lights you up inside. Follow your passions. That's going to help you to make the right decisions and find the right way towards what you want, and follow your heart to make decisions that lead to solutions and guide you, and it's connected with your passion and your purpose. And that's what I'm feeling here, passion, what you're passionate about. So I know you're passionate about your twit, and I know you're passionate about your journey, but what floats your boat? What turns you on? What do you have an appetite for? So passion is the log that keeps the fire of purpose burning. And also the log, we think about a log here, we think about the log that goes on the fire to make it burn. So when we keep putting logs on the fire, it keeps burning. So when we keep doing what we love, it keeps our fires burning. We feel alive, we feel excited, we feel energized. But log is also about logging things down, journaling, gratitude, scheduling, planning, goals, vision board, creation box. This is what we've been talking about. And this is why I'm so excited about doing these Divine Feminine readings right now, because all this guidance is coming in about not only how we can achieve union, but how we can make our lives better, fulfilled, so we feel satisfied, so we don't crave everything from our twit, and then we fulfill ourselves. Yesterday I was energized by being out on my own. Didn't need George there to make me feel good or feel better. I was just loving life and living life. And it was really powerful as well because, I got buzzies around and I did things. I managed to pick up the most amazing dress for this event. I don't know if I'm going to wear it or not, but I got it in the sale. I would have bought it if it was full price, but this is how the universe works. It was in the sale. There was only one and it was in my size. And it was like a t-shirt top dress, but it got sequins all over the top. But there was sequins missing on this sleeve, and that's why it was reduced. And I got like £60 off it. And I tried it on, I thought, I've got to have this dress, even if I don't wear it for the event. It's just a dress that, wow, I feel I look nice in. It's a bit of a princessy dress for me. And there's a dress shop not far from where I was, where I always take my dresses, because with me being small, I'm only 5'4", I have to have my dresses, my long maxi dresses, shortened, unless I buy the petite ones, which, there is a few companies out there that do petite ones. But this one was long, really long, so it was miles too big for me. And I just thought I'm just going to go to the dress shop and see what they can do. So I went in there and she said, why do you even want these sleeves? Let's cut them off. So she cut the sleeves off and I was just blown away by how much the dress looked so much nicer without those sleeves. So I didn't need sequin sewing on. I went in and I said, can you sew me sequins on and cut the length? And she's like, why do you want those sleeves on anyway? She said, let me show you. And it looked 100 times better without the sleeves. So the universe knew that. I didn't, but the universe did. The universe said, right, I'm going to give you a dress. And you've got the option if you want to wear it at your event with all your family. And, here it is if you want it. With a big price tag, knocked off. And I was like, thank you, universe. So the universe will bless you and give you what you need and, give you an opportunity to feel at peace and loved and powerful. And that's really what I want to share today. So I'm going to bring in today a message from our beautiful soul sister Patricia's deck, True Love, Sacred Union. This is really beautiful. She gifted this to me. And I love how we've got the heart with the polarity there of the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, when we go through the light and the dark and we find our way. So I just want to do a power message for this day for the feminine. I'm going to use this deck, I think, throughout the readings today. But what do you need to know today? What do we need to know today as Divine Feminines, please? And then we're going to do the book. So what do we need to know today? So we've got a couple coming out there. So we've got three messages. We're going to use the hedgehogs to stand these up. So the message is, you cannot run away from true love for too long. So this is about reunion. You cannot run away from true love for too long. So we can try and run away, and the feminines do this too. We think, we're going to move on, block them, ghost them, ignore them too, or get on with our life, maybe date someone else. But we can't run away from it for too long. Why? Because we are one with our twin. And you can't run from yourself. That's why you keep coming back to them and being reminded of them and seeing signs about them and then you return to the channel and watch a reading about them. This is why. And what they're actually giving me with the hedgehog is reminding you to not be prickly. You know, hedgehogs, they've got prickles. So remember not to be prickly. And remember I spoke about that the other day, about watching the words that you speak, because they have power and our words are like spells. So if you're saying nasty things towards your twin, look inside. Look inside. You know, I received quite a nasty email yesterday from a lady in a lot of pain. You know, and she was lashing out at me and saying some pretty nasty things and harsh things. And, you know, I don't take that personally, because I know she's in pain. And anything that comes through that way comes from ego. You know, so maybe like 15, 20 years ago, I would have reacted to that and, you know, maybe I'd have go back or tried to make a seat a different way. You know, but what I was doing, I was just being, you know, like showing empathy and compassion, because I could feel a pain. So this is how we grow and evolve along the way, not just on the journey with how we see the journey and respond to our twin and the things going on, but the way we respond in life instead of reacting. So anything that, you know, that the masculine does or other people do through pain, it's through pain. It's not them being evil and nasty to you. It's because they're in pain and they're hurting. And that's the way in that moment they are choosing to express themselves, because we always have a choice. And that's why the masculines question their own behaviour when they sit and think, why have I done that? And then they have to face the consequences of their actions. So the message is, don't be prickly. Something's coming at you or someone's coming at you, just breathe it out. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean you're a doormat. They give me fear. It means you are strong. As Selena said, you kill them with kindness. Kindness is the key. You know, it's like these people who put videos, nasty videos out there about people. You know, I had one done about me not long ago. It's coming from a place of pain. You know, it's coming from a place of their own pain. It's not a reflection of you or the person they're doing a video on or me. It's a reflection of what's going on within them. So try and just be at peace with things and not take things personally. And that's what this says. You cannot run away from true love for too long. And that's also why, you know, when we do things in a place of pain, and we've all been there, you know, put a rant on social media or said something and then people have started getting involved in it and it's just spiraling out of control. Usually, you know, as a divine feminine, as an enlightened spiritual being, we remove those posts after, you know, perhaps a day, maybe sooner. You know, I know for me, you know, when I used to put them on Twitter, within an hour they'd be gone off, because I'd think, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm venting something out there and people are venting back, and it's just causing momentum about what I don't want in my life. So instead, I'd start sitting with this and thinking, okay, how is this affecting me right now? What do I need to change about me? What's this showing me about me? And then I become the observer of it instead of trying to get, you know, other people to agree with me, because it creates momentum. So looking at it and thinking, how can I heal this, is creating momentum of a solution. And that's really what the fox is saying. And I know so many of you will resonate with that. Maybe you've done that yourself, put a rant on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat or anything, and then you remove it off because you think, what am I doing? That's not me. You know, that's operating from fear and reacting instead of responding. True love stops time and makes eternity begin. What a beautiful message. True love stops time. And that's true because, number one, when you're together, even though it may seem to go quick, it also stands still. And it's just like in that moment, there's only you and them. But also it stops time because we feel like if we're not together, time is going by very slowly, tick tock, tick tock. But it goes by fast too. So it's both. And it makes eternity begin. So you're being reminded that this is about eternal love, eternity. It's not just about this lifetime. And I know that's crazy when we think about it that way, because we're here to live this life now. But your heart will go on through your soul and your spirit and your truth. And with true love comes grace and ease. Be flexible, be adaptable, go with the flow. And that's the message for the calendar today, to go with the flow. You know, the little shorts I share, the breakthroughs, you know, going with it all, being easy with everything. That's the way we move forward on this journey. That's the way things fall into place and we feel more at peace. Powerful. So let's bring the book in. I just thought you'd really love this little head jargon. If you've seen pairs of, creatures, animals, birds, even insects, if you've seen pairs 2 by 2 go into the ark, remember, 2 by 2. It's about, coming together and look, building noise. I know so many of you are seeing building noise right now because it's a symbol of what's to come, that you are building something in your connection. So we've got, wow, look at this today. Oh, I'm on the wrong page there. But again, release with love. Wow, everything happens for a reason. So let's get on the right page today. Here we go, this day. So this day, it says, polish the jewels inside your thoughts. And I love that. We've got the number 33. And 33 is about the ascended masters being around you, like Jesus or Mary Magdalene, or, maybe one of the disciples like St. Peter, or maybe someone else who's walked the earth that you connect with. A lot of people connect with Princess Diana, or a celebrity, that's passed over like Michael Jackson, or there's many people up there. And there's people going up there all the time, that people are connecting with. And they are helping you to polish the jewels inside your thoughts. Because thoughts become things. We go there in the mind, we go there in the body. Polish the jewels. So this is reminding you that you are like that diamond. And a diamond doesn't begin the way it is. It's rough. And we have to smooth it out and get rid of all the kinks. So in everything that you do, you're eternally supported. So you're being reminded that in everything you do, whether you're at work, at home, dealing with finances, putting your kids to bed, whatever you're doing, talking to a friend, looking in the mirror, you're eternally supported. At times you may not feel this way, and that's true. At times we feel like we're all alone, like the universe has left us or doesn't care. Or we feel like God has, walked away. But we have to find that strength from within. And it's also hard when we lose people we love, especially our family, mum and dad, because we feel alone. It's hard to explain, but we feel like, oh, wow, got no one to fall back on now. I've got to stand on my own 2 feet. Even though you've always stood on your own 2 feet, when you lose people you love that you're very close to, you start feeling, wow, there's only me now. I've got to buckle my ideas up. I've got to buck my ideas up. So it gives you the power to polish your thoughts. But, it can be very lonely, especially at Christmas time, birthdays, things like that. But you're being reminded, remember today, that you're not alone, that you are your own best friend, and you carry these people with you everywhere you go. Their legacy is they live on through you. And your twin is part of you, so you carry them around with you everywhere you go. So believing that you're struggling within a lonely void. So it says, in everything you do, you're eternally supported. At times you may not feel this way because you may believe that you're struggling within a lonely void. So you may feel empty, emptiness, missing your twin, missing people. And you may feel as if heaven has abandoned you and your prayers have gone unanswered. Yet the universal energy holds you up by outpicturing all of your thoughts and feelings. So what this is saying is, sometimes we feel like we've been asking for help and it isn't coming. It's not coming. What am I doing wrong? Why? Why isn't it happening? And we question everything. But as soon as we ask, it is given. So you may not see the results just yet, but that does not mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean the angels aren't there, listening, helping, working behind the scenes. Divine intervention is already taking place. But we must be flexible and at ease and go with the flow. So the message says, many times we watch idly by, so this is the angels, while you make choices that we wouldn't wish upon you. So in other words, sometimes we receive guidance, but we don't follow it. We jump in anyway, or we react anyway, or we say things we regret anyway. But we learn the hard way. And the universe is always guiding us, but sometimes we have to fall on our face to be stronger and to get up and do it different the next time. A lot of people who are good with money started off not very good with money, getting into debt and making bad choices. But you learn as you go, you grow. However, your free will dictates that you receive everything you think about. So in other words, this is saying you have free will, so you have a choice. You have a choice whether you follow the guidance or you don't. Whether you take the blue pill or the red pill in the Matrix, you have a choice. We always have a choice, even though sometimes we don't think we do, because obligations, responsibilities, certain things, but we always have a choice. But the angels are saying to you, the law of attraction is always working whether you believe in it or not. The law of attraction is always giving you what you're thinking about, whether you want it or not. So we have to understand the power of who we are. We're not just these human beings. We are created by God in his image, and that's an I am presence. God is the creator of all things, I am. And you are part of him, you are. So when you say I am, you're creating. So if you're saying I am unhappy, or I am ugly, or I'm not where I'm meant to be, or I am, awful, or whatever you're saying to yourself, because our words have power, everything's listening. Your body is listening. Your own self is listening. Your twin is listening, because you are one. And the universe is listening. So instead, think good things. Be kind and loving to yourself. I'm beautiful. Why? Because you are. Not in a vain way where you're looking in the mirror and thinking, oh, look at me. Because you're strong and you are a warrior and you have a big heart and you are beautiful your own way. Because everyone is beautiful. There's something about everyone that's magical and mystical. You just have to look a bit closer sometimes to see it. I spoke about in Doctor Who, especially the Matt Smith era and David Tennant, I'm watching it now with Peter Capaldi, I think his name is. And he's a lot more somber now as the Doctor. But, Matt Smith especially and David Tennant, two good doctors, were saying to these aliens, when they were seeing the aliens, you were beautiful. Aren't you beautiful? Seeing through things that other people may judge or not see. And that's the truth. When you operate in your high light, you see beauty in everyone and everything. And that's part of who you are. And you are beautiful in everything you do when you're operating from that light. And you may see things in your twin that other people don't see. Because you do anyway, because you see into their heart and soul. But things that you see that are beautiful, you're like, wow, you're just beautiful to me. And they may not see that in themselves, and you may not see that in yourself today, but I'm letting you know that's true. That's because you're a creator, and you continually generate whatever you're contemplating. Law of attraction, always working whether you believe it or not. Upon your request, we angels are available to guide you towards an enjoyable pattern of creation. So in other words, the angels saying, enjoy what you're creating. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy everything you're doing today. Enjoy each jigsaw piece fitting into the puzzle. Because that's what you're here for, and that's what you've come here to learn. To enjoy everything, not just the end result or the good times, the high times, but to get through the low times and to remember your power. And to be at ease with things, to be more flexible, to go with the flow. Call upon the angels to polish the jewels inside your thoughts and feelings, for within every fear or worry is a shining energy of love. It's always an opportunity to respond with love, to feel love, to find love, to experience beauty. We can guide you to consciously create experiences that bring high joy and blessings. Doing things you love to do, going places you want to go. If you believe you can, you can. Dream, believe, achieve. And I want to share this with you guys. Last night, me and George watched the film Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I was going to say Mrs. Jones then. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. And amazing film. I wanted to see it at the cinema, but missed it at the cinema. And then I was kind of waiting for it to come out on DVD. So I got it and we watched it, and I was just loving it all the way through. It's based in the 1950s, and it's this wonderful woman, she's down to earth. She's got an amazing personality, and, she manifests a dream. And you see it, and obviously it's in the 50s, so, there's no TV they read and things like that. So there's more time to really focus, I suppose. I was thinking that, wow, if we didn't have TVs or technology, we could focus so much more. But then again, maybe the information wouldn't be there that we have now, But it showed how she was manifesting. She was manifesting. She was cleaning for a lady, and she saw this dress. And she was like, I want that dress. It's couture, it's beautiful, it's amazing. And she was visualizing herself in this dress. And then the universe, the law of attraction, was lining things up to bring that dress into her life through the experiences she was having. And watching it from a spiritual perspective, it was just exciting to watch because it shows how we manifest. And everything that was happening and the signs the universe was giving to her and the opportunities that she was attracting in was all creating the opportunity for her to go to Paris to Christian Dior and get her dream dress, which she did. And it was just so powerful. And I loved it, can totally recommend it. So I'm not going to say anything about it because it's spoilers, but you're going to love it. So today, be aware of your amazing power of manifestation. And I know so many of you have been doing your creation box and doing your vision board. And thank you to everyone who sent me pictures of that too. Love them. Doesn't matter if it's big or small. Doesn't matter if it's gold or red or black or green or yellow. If it works for you, it works for you. Know that in everything you think and feel, everything, the entire universe is fully supporting you. Why? Because the universe has your back. You are loved beyond measure. You are loved so much, God knows every single hair on your head. The masculines have a filing cabinet all about you in their head, but God has a filing cabinet all about you in heaven. God is always with you, thinking, feeling, helping you to see, because you're part of Him. You are His creation. I know that I'm fully supported right now and everything is given to me of my request. Through my thoughts and emotions, I call forth my experiences and I am able to focus on joy. And remember that we call things forth by our thoughts and our feelings. So it's not just our thoughts that create the thing in our life, it's the way we feel about the thought. If we just think something and there's no emotion there, we're not going to manifest it. But if you think it with feeling, once more with feeling, you put feeling into it, wow, you're going to manifest it quicker. And I spoke about that yesterday. If you're feeling a bit flat in the morning, you want to boost up your mood, put the music on, have a bop, lifting your energy up. And then you're going to start manifesting. Me and George were talking about it yesterday. And he's saying, when I sing, I manifest. Because when he sings, he creates a feeling. So for him, he said that he feels that's why he passed his driving test as quick as he did. Because he was singing about it in the shower. He was singing about it. And now he's singing about the things he wants to do, things he wants to create. So sing, write it down, but feel it. Doesn't matter how you feel it, how you think it, whether you sing it or you write it or you say it, as long as you feel it. As Buffy said, once more with feeling. It's the feeling that creates the power. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.